Welcome to the Pokey Advisors, where we talk all things buying, selling, and collecting. What do you got for us today, Merc?
Figure we would just talk some new sets, new SKUs coming out, and market conditions around how it's going to affect stuff. We were talking pre-screen here about people's general plan now that Perfect Order's coming out this week. Do we see just people trying to flip these ETBs and booster boxes, anything they hit really early for ascended rips or, just to fund other things? It seems like that's going to be everybody's plan this first week with Perfect Order. I'd be really surprised to see a lot of people ripping.
Surprised to see market at 90. I thought market was closer to 75, 80. So I'd be curious to just see where some solds are on Perfect Order ETBs. And we're not even at release yet, so take this with a grain of salt. But how do you feel about it? Are you going to pick up as much as you can get?
I'll say right now, at least the first weekend, going back on what I just said, it is kind of a rip product. Say you can get your promo, you can get, if you hit an SIR, you can potentially get it into grading early, or sell it raw quick. You should get top dollar for it. So this first weekend, you're going to see a decent amount of ripping of it. Then, and if you don't want to rip it, then people are going to flip it for Ascended or flip it for something they want to stack.
Yeah, I mean, if it is going to remain at this market price, there's definitely reasons to buy it. I just don't know if it could hold here. So what are we seeing? We're seeing around anywhere from $85 to $90 on average. So let's just call it 85 to be conservative because these are pre-orders and usually pre-orders are higher. So sell it on, let's just say you sell it at your LCS for 85 market. 72. And what do you think you were going to pay for these? It'll probably be 50 at Best Buy and Barnes and then closer to 60 at Target.
I think it'll be 55 at Target and Walmart.
So let's just say you're pretty much tax-free at Target if you get the red card, saving 5%. So it's about a $17 spread there. If you're selling it to your local card shop and they're paying 85%, which they might not pay 85%, might pay closer to like 75, 80. But if you can get it at Barnes or what's your tax rate? 7?
Yeah, 7%.
So mine would be 53.25. Yours would be 53.50. So I mean, ideally, if you could take it to a card show or your local card shop, or just even make a small profit on eBay, I think it's a great opportunity to just turn that money, put it into Ascended. Ascended's already going up, but doesn't even mean you need to go buy it at secondary prices. Maybe you just keep that as your personal cash flow to just keep being able to afford these drops, because if you're familiar with the game and how it's going right now, any given day you can drop like easily $1,000 and that adds up. So I'm going to be saving my money a bit on Perfect Order, but if I do buy it, I'm going to be moving it quickly and trying to get more Prismatic and Ascended heroes.
I think the biggest benefit maybe that we'll see from it is that it like kind of kills some of like the in-store craziness. Like it's about only thing I think I can see a benefit of it doing to the market and giving you opportunities. People won't be like staking stuff out. I think maybe there'll be like some few Best Buy drops that are still real hot, and Sam's Club drops and Costco drops that are real hot. But like, I think that'll leave the door open for some opportunities. Like, oh, hey, I'm just passing by, and like, oh, nice. There's a couple of like Ascended bundles left because people aren't like diving to go in store every freaking day to get like 1 or 2 bundles or like 1 mini tin. So if you are close to in-store now, I would look at Perfect Order as like your opportunity actually to like get on the in-store thing and maybe to like kind of figure it out, hit a bunch of bundles in the process, and like, but you don't have to be like early to shop. Like, just use it in your daily routines a bit, and I think like that'll be enough to like kind of stack some bundles, hopefully. And it's hard though. There's a stack of bundles. People are talking like, "Hey, go to Target. They got a bunch," and it runs out quick. So,
Mm-hmm.
but,
Yeah, same time Ascended Heroes just started. So, like you said, you will see that trickling effect of bundles, which haven't even come out yet. And yeah, it might slow down the community that hunts these boxes in general because I don't think I'm going to go to release day Friday. That's one less person. And those people might get lucky and hit some Ascended ETBs, tech
mhm,
stickers, maybe Destin Rivals booster bundles, which are still hitting stores.
mhm,
So I mean, it's gonna if it does slow things down, that's definitely a good thing. And then it'll also put some attention into the older stuff. Like you just picked up Fusion Strike, or not Fusion Strike, sorry, Lost Origin booster box.
mhm,
Maybe if there's, not everyone's so focused on what's dropping right now in stores, it'll divert some attention to the other stuff that's kind of getting slept on right now.
mhm. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I just would rather spend some time now, like worrying about singles, putting my income into singles rather than putting my income into wax. Because I don't always
Mhm.
necessarily like sell my wax right away. I like to hold it and rip it from time to time. So
Yep.
that's yeah. I think that's the biggest benefit now is really being able to shift to some of these singles, which that's what I was going to talk about into the next thing. Was actually looking at Mega Evolutions wax compared to like pull up the Mega Evolution ETB or booster box. We can look at both of them.
I think I still have these filters on. Or no.
Yeah, why can they not? You have price. Go up to the sort view.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just do gotta do best match.
yeah.
86.92. I mean, I think
Yeah.
this is what I'm kind of expecting out of Perfect Order, except for we just had the chase card from Perfect Order up. It hasn't even released yet, and there's not a card in that set over $200, which is
Hmm.
really concerning. Booster box MSRPs can be 160. If there's not a card really over 160, it's gonna be hard. Like right now, booster box market's 220. There's gonna be people camping overnight for those. I think
Hmm.
you could just wait a week and just buy them online for like not much more over MSRP. But I want to
Hmm.
hear your thoughts on Mega Evolution because I might need to get some of these ETBs.
Yeah, they're a great price still. Even go click the Lucario one because it looks like it's kind of gone up a little bit more, which I actually think the
Mhm.
Gardevoir is the better buy because you get the Alakazam, but I like this chart better because I think it shows the story. But early kind of topped, then we got a bottom there at 76. Now we've
Mhm.
really started to see a run of them, and people
Mhm.
like because we haven't seen them for forever. So Wax is starting to run. I still think it's a great buy under $100. I actually need to buy one. I just traded one away to my boy, so I need to pick up another one. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then if you go and look at the Gardevoir and the Lucario SIRs, they quite haven't done that. They quite haven't done the um
Let me just get rid of Elite Trainer box from the search.
yeah, they just quite haven't had the huge run up. So I think those are actually like kind of yeah, you can see the Gardevoir's third row. Yeah. Yeah, you can start to
And
see that. I think the Gardevoir, yeah, the Gardevoir's starting to be more expensive than Lucario. Yeah, those two.
and, and that's the one you have at PSA right now, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, this is more or less what I expect to see at a perfect order. I expect to see like a floor of 75 and then give it some time. It's going to come back up to like 80, 90. These chase cards seem stronger though.
Yeah, and then you have the 2 gold cards right above them too that are in the set. So you got like a 270, a 220, a 180. Like it's just, dude, it's a really good set. You got Venusaur in there.
Yeah.
So I think the singles are a good buy, and I think the wax is a good buy. It's just a good set. I actually think it's a better. It's close. Like I kind of go back and forth between Mega and like Black Bolt and White Flare. And I was just kind of like lean Mega because it's like a little more OG Pokemon. I like the Pokemon in it and the set just a little bit more. Black Bolt, White Flare is just a little crazier. So, yeah. Click on one of those charts of the Gardevoirs. The gold cards have done pretty good, but yeah, either that or the Lucario. Yeah. So let's see, like, yeah. You see how it quite hasn't like rebounded like fully to its high? Whereas like the wax is like past its all-time, its early high.
Yep.
So I think you'll see these get back up into like the 200s or at least to the 190 and kind of follow that. And then it's just like a tumbling effect. Given what you really want to see, what's more healthy is singles lead the way and then wax follows it. But right now we're in a market where wax is leading singles, and then you'll just see people shift off at a certain price point of wax and buy singles.
Yep.
So I think that's what like is frustrating for Pokemon people like who've been in the market forever, is where they used to, get wax super cheap, really get the wax and rip pretty cheap for their singles, but now you get stuck and you got to pay the tax on wax now. So they're much more focused on the singles, which then drives that market, and it just really tumbles on its head and creates a bull market.
Yeah. So I teased before about a new investing strategy that I saw, but before I get into that, we do have a giveaway. We've got a Destined Rivals pack. We're just getting started out. These giveaways are going to get bigger over time, but hey, we got a small following, so you got a really good shot to win this. Comment. What do we want them to comment?
Comment Team Rocket.
Team Rocket. All right, Team Rocket it is. We will draw the winner on the next video. Good luck on that.
Yeah.
And so saw the most interesting thing, just kind of zoning out one day on Reels or whatever it was I was watching. And you know how you see those like vending machine videos and guys at restocks at Target and Walmart. I don't know if those pop up in your algorithm ever, but you know what I'm talking about? So your traditional scalper will hit these restocks and then immediately throw stuff up on Facebook Marketplace, right? And then try to make a quick profit. This guy was filming these restocks, filming him like in line, waiting at Best Buy, hitting the vending machine, like all his hits. But then like every 3 or 4 videos, he would take a pile of boxes, bring it to a card show, and trade for singles. I was like, man, that's actually an interesting strategy. And like, does that make him a scalper or does that make him just really smart? So let's just say he had one recently where he's got like Ascended ETBs, whatever, but he's buying those for like 50, 60 bucks. And then these people at the card shows are valuing at like 120, 125 right now. And then taking, let's say, some trade as high as 90%. So he's getting these like super high trade values on lower cost basis. And then like, let's just say he wants the Mega Gardevoir from Mega Evolution. He's just taking the wax that he's getting from the stores and trading it for singles. And then someone in the comments was like, oh yeah, that's the way to do it. That's so smart, bro. And I was like, I don't know. That's actually kind of genius. What do you think about that?
It's crazy. Me and my buddy are same conversation. He traded those Alakazam boxes that were like 30 bucks in store that were like, but they're like $100. And he got like booster boxes of Mega Evolution or like some booster. And it was like, damn, like, so, he, and then, and Urcat, and maybe paid a little cash too. And, but it worked out where it was like, it's like, dude, you got like 2 booster boxes for like, like almost like $220 or like something. and it's just like crazy way to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and if especially if it's like a way of like leveling up, like I think that's the biggest benefit. You know, cash is always king though, right? Because you have way more options but it seems like as long as everybody wants wax, I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, no, wax is so hot right now. I was telling you that a vendor went up to another vendor at a card show recently at the very end and said, I'll give you 85% for every box you have right now. And the other
Mhm.
vendor was just like, nah, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, wax is just so hot. I have these messages on Facebook to people that I was like, hey, is this available? And then I'll forget about it. And I was going through the list, and every one of the boxes said, this item sold, this item sold, this item sold, this item sold. The liquidity in this market, especially for sealed wax, is just insane. But to your
Mhm.
point that you mentioned earlier, that means there's probably an opportunity in singles right now, just being underpriced relative to the sealed boxes they're coming out of. So why not take, you know, if you're lucky enough to hit retail, you're getting it at a cheap price. You're offering something to these people that's high in demand,
Mhm.
and you're getting some really good chase cards for a cheap price. It's like a win-win for everyone because they're just going to turn around and sell that, sealed wax for a profit almost immediately. So,
100%. Mm.
any other opportunities you see? I mean, this was the Mega Evolution booster box here, which you see has gone
Mhm.
up pretty rapidly over the last 2 months.
I mean, that and Phantasmal have just really performed well, where they were sitting at a floor for way longer than what Ascended's floor has set, and I kind of regret not picking up more.
Let's take a look at that. I mean, it's not too late.
Yeah, it's not too late. I mean, the question is, you know, are there more coming of this stuff though? Like, is it better to put it in like Swish, Sword and Shield era, or is it better to I don't
That's
know. It's such a tough topic. Like trying to pick the winners now because you think everything's gonna win. I mean, look at this thing. This thing's going through the roof. Can't even fit on the graph. It's like pew.
Yeah. I mean, this is the bottom that
Mhm.
Perfect Order is essentially at, but does Perfect Order doesn't have a Charizard.
No, nowhere close.
This actually makes sense. You could buy this box and profit.
Like,
Like if
would
you
you
pull
would you rather have two Phantasmal booster boxes or one Lost Origin? I mean, Brilliant Stars is like 500. I feel like there's like so many opportunities in the Sword and Shield era wax right now. With it's kind of like getting dumped for like this modern stuff.
mhm.
I would even look up Brilliant Stars.
I just want to see if
It-
market moved at all since last week.
It's been kind of chilling around
It's
there.
pretty stagnant right now. I want to get one or
Mhm.
at least
That's
one, if
what
not three.
that's what I'm
Brilliant
saying.
stars.
It's like selling. It's a good opportunity. It's like not gotten out of hand. It got way more of it got ripped. Some of the art's like really really good. This Crown Zenith has run up like crazy. So then people are seeing like, oh, like if they love that, they're gonna love this. I mean, and people, people just don't have this stuff as much as what they have of the modern.
Yeah, this
Even
is
go to the
following a bit
year.
different
Yeah.
of a trend than Lost Origin.
There's really that dip, like you see, like November and like this rebounded quick, but like early November to I don't know December even. I know Phantasmal kind of got it going again. The Zard, but
What's the chase card in this set? I'm not too familiar.
there's a Charizard V. There's a Umbreon. Um, it's not like my my favorite set in the world. I don't think like the Charizard's like super strong. Um,
This wasn't the other
I like
booster
the
box you bought
Umbreon
though,
though.
was it?
No, it's not. I was thinking about it. There's people have those available usually when you can find guys with Lost Origin. As personally, I'd rather buy Lost Origin, Fusion Strike, Evo, but it's an attractive like kind of secondary stuff. You got yeah, look, I mean it's the Umbreon V and then the Sylveon. You got the Mimikyu. Like it's a pretty decent set. Even that Rainbow's art is like pretty cool. I could see all that stuff like really increasing. They're strong Pokemon, so
Yeah.
they're not like the strongest arts, I'd say.
Oh, yeah, I know
Um,
this card.
but I think it's stronger than um, Kurt was asking about what
Bro.
set was Chilling Rain, and I think Brilliant Stars personally is a little better than Chilling Rain. I didn't love the art of Chilling Rain looking through it. So, and they're about the same price. These two booster boxes.
Yeah, this card
Chilling Rain.
seems undervalued if you've got Charizard and Venusaur on it.
It's cool for sure. It's not like my favorite Zard, but like yeah, it's not a bad Zard by any means. And it's got Umbreon. It's got like the best Pokemon in it. It's it's just like kind of slept on. And Sylveon, Mimikyu is like super popular.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean, I think I preferred the chase cards in Lost Origin, but I think this is still.
you prefer like people will prefer the Pokemon in Brilliant Stars, but like the
Yeah, yeah,
cards, I
yeah.
think, yeah, right. It's just kind of so you can kind of see like how people could gravitate one way or the other. I just think there's opportunities in
Hmm.
this stuff because none of the singles are like this is what's really gotten sold off to afford other stuff. I feel like is the Sword and Shield era, and there's
Hmm.
this it's just such a strong era. So.
Yeah, this card seems way too cheap if that booster box is over 500, and this is the
Mhm.
second chase card. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I actually think the V is better and it's even cheaper.
Cheaper. Let's take a look.
Yeah. I like that Umbreon one better. It's got a trainer in it too. It's sick.
Ultra rare.
Yeah. So it's a little more common, but
It's been stuck at sub 50 for a minute.
mhm.
This has room to run, no doubt.
Mhm. I just think it's good art. It's a cool card.
Yeah. Yeah. Crap. Now I'm gonna have to buy 3 of each of those.
That's what keeps happening every time I find a Sword and Shield I just can't put up, 7K for Evo Skies. So you're like, let's see what other sets in Sword and Shield I like. And I can
Yeah.
see like so many other people doing that. And they're only like, $100 or $200 more than Scarlet and Violet, which is like kind of still coming out. And then Mega Evolution, like we might have some more opportunities. You never know.
Mhm.
Right. So
Yeah. Here, take the wheel for a second. I'm gonna grab a card.
yeah. All right. I mean, Fusion Strike actually feels like it's kind of gotten stuck in the mud with the new Gengar. So that's what's kind of like made me lean a little bit towards some of the Lost Origin and Fusion Strike because that Gengar is just so strong. It was like considered such a top Gengar card for a while that I think the values in other sets outside of Fusion below Evo.
You're talking about the Gengar?
Yeah, do the top cards in this set. The Espeon is the nice one too. Actually, I forgot that one.
Well, I get that.
I was saying how I think Fusion's kind of gotten stuck in the mud with Gengar. The Gengar from Ascended come out has like really stolen a lot of that Gengar shine.
Right.
So,
Yep.
um, I think it's just gotten stuck in the mud, which has given opportunity to, or made the other stuff look more attractive below it. But it's still a strong set. All those Mews are super sweet, and that Celebi too is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm
I kind of want some Fusion Strike before it's too late.
Mew's so strong. It's just such a great Pokemon. Oh boy, look at those. Those are nasty, my guy.
I wouldn't have even known this card existed if it wasn't for last week's conversation.
Dude, that's awesome. I love it. We put our
Missing
money
one
where our
though. I need
mouth is
three.
on this show. We put our money where our mouth is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need one more to complete the law of three.
Yep.
What else did I get? Oh, I got 2 Piplups, so I need one more Piplup.
Let's go.
You were talking about Phantasmal IRs, so let's take a look at Phantasmal IRs real quick before we
Actually,
wrap it up.
shout out one of the boys on the Discord. Although we were talking about it earlier, we were talking about the Piplup, but then somebody reiterated what we were saying is like all the IRs in Phantasmal Flames are like under $10. That just should not happen with the wax being $300.
Ooh.
I mean, $15. Every IR is under $15. The Meowth, the Piplup, even the Wigglytuff is dope, and I think the Dugong's actually better than the Wigglytuff. But I'd take all 4 of those in a pack.
Yep. No, Piplup's gonna be a $20 card in no time. It's already gone up. I found one in a binder at the last show for $4.
Yeah, dude, that's a great find. There's no way a Piplup IR should ever be $4.
I know, and the other one was 11, but I got it part of a lot deal, so it's probably more like 10.
Dude, this is gonna make me want to rip Phantasmal.
No. You just
yeah, dude.
just buy Piplups, dude, before it's too late.
Yep. Such a great card, dude.
That's easily a $20 card in no time.
Dude. It could easily be the second, third best card outside the 2 Zards. It could overtake the Ultra Rare Zard and the Dawn easily.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Piplup has a very, very small amount of cards. And
Dude,
that's like one of the few full arts.
on Piplup as we're freaking talking about it on TCG. Although I've been getting like some average conditioned near mint cards on TCG, so it's been a little annoying.
Card shows are the best. Nothing beats looking at it in person.
Dude, 100%. Just like scrolling eBay gets so old because there's so much junk, and then you got to like vet the seller. It's just like all this for like a $10 card, where it's just like you're walking by and it's like, I'll give you $5 for that.
Yeah, and anytime you stack up more than a couple cards, you usually get a deal. And look at the Piplup cards. I mean, you got the one with Blastoise. That's not just Piplup. You got the one with the trainer. That's not just Piplup. Then you got these ones that are older cards where it's just the square. The rest of the card's not a full art. Where else do you see a full art Piplup other than the celebration, like the 30th anniversary that just came
and look
out?
at that. That's already I mean, that's going to come down maybe because we're just seeing that, but still, yeah, that's a great point, dude. That it's basically one of it's Piplup's best IR by himself.
Yeah. I think I might get 100 Piplups. No joke. And then when it goes to $20, you just
dude, 100%. And he supposedly Piplup's just massive in Japan, like huge. So
yeah. Well,
dude,
I think that's a great play.
I think we see where the illustration box one drops too, but I say we pick up even a bunch of those ones too if they get to like $5. I'd be happy to pick up those.
Yeah.
People are just gonna want to keep them. I like the Phantasmal one better for sure because people are just gonna want to like have binders of those pages and like they're gonna want to have all 3. I think this will. Yeah, look at this. This is already like a $15 card.
Whoa,
dude. We gotta get some pip beeps.
This is the lowest Piplup will ever be.
100%.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to get to 100 Piplups. That's the goal. Because it's not that hard to get to 100 Piplups at $10 a piece.
The closest you can get Piplup to $10 is an absolute W. Either way of the coin, 12, 13, 14, whatever. As it goes up, you're gonna have to cheapy, be harder to get it. So
Yep. Yeah, so we put our money where our mouths are, and I got these. I need one more of these. He was recommending these from Lost Origin, sick
Mhm.
card, and then just a
That PK
reminder.
with Ash.
Yeah, reminder, comment Team Rocket if you want to win this Destined Rivals pack. And this is just the beginning, guys. Make sure you subscribe, like the video. We're gonna do huge giveaways in the futures. We're gonna be
Mhm.
doing stuff like just wait. It's gonna be no time before we're giving away stuff like this on here. So
100%. You guys don't. I hope you can see what's behind me. I got absolute sneaks.
mhm. Yeah, big things coming from the Pokey Advisors. So appreciate you guys watching and see you guys next time.
Peace.